The reason we exist is because you cannot stay ahead of all threats. So what we do is we block by default.
Day one, we goes when it comes to equality, and so we already after that we're going to and it's outside. It's huge. Outside. It's huge. All right. Is Avery Dickinson's website at the W. Sorting shows that art into a able system while achieving up to 9 Dickens. What are we talking about here? So our businesses, performance polymers, label, hold on a sec. Films, colors, and one one's in bold, premium vinyl vehicle, supposed to be vinyl film art rack, form and special trying to get that means I generation or trying to get that means I generation of did needs. So this is form chrome. This is form chrome. Other kind of colors that they got. Row options. Blue. Those are the 6 I can last. Blue. Those are the 6 I can last. This is up within 3-year adhesive technology. So that must be where it looks like as soon as you put the 3M. Well, actually, this is not 3M. As soon as what's that? Wide size film allows for roll. We can go ahead and save that for roll. We can go ahead and save that for later. Back to this. It will be actually it's 2 things. One will be the training. If do they offer any kind of training as that does have a window or 2 times or maybe family keep life moving. But if you're looking to a more hand just getting the base, you got to actually $1 deposit is required to secure a spot. Apply it to your account. Shot the way that you'll do it. You can then train my other people. I can make something happen. That's for the material stocking. Got a few other ones for the material stocking. Got a few other ones. Another one where it's the same kind of deal where it's $3,000 a person and the kickback is $2,000 for material. So if there's only one person learning, it's $2,000 for material. So if there's only one person learning, that sounds M. Paint experience is and these are the upcoming offering and. So let's go ahead and get to the next one. This one right here is a 1-day. This one right here is a 1-day training from Ascent Distributor. So intro class is designed we'll leave with thesis. It takes many build the foundation to in detail work. That's really getting to in detail work. That's really getting vehicle wrap class. 3 days total of training. Learn full panel installation and techniques to trim and learn something from. So how much literally then they're gonna add figure it out. Change and prepare $100. So if you wanted to do the first one, it'll be $800, and then if you wanted to do this one, it'll be $80 roll. So remember, the rolls do cost a little bit of change. Also includes a toolkit and then a classroom in. So think about how I'm giving you the tools in the first one, and I'm assuming you're gonna have a lot more hands-on experience where the first day they're gonna focus on the hey, this is what point they're gonna go transition to hands-on. The next day is gonna be straight hands-on, and when you're done, you're gonna have the toolkit and also the roll of the 2080 roll. Depending on how many feet that is, that's a question that needs to be asked. So then they also have one with 3M color change. This is a 3-day preferred class, and it provides the same thing as the other one. All right, except that it's probably offering a little bit more in depth color protection, paint protection film, where you learn how to work with that. Auto window film, you will learn auto window film, $1,000. Architectural film, $800. Safety security film, $1,400. 3M IPA attachment, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it's like no experience with installing wet glaze attachments on security film installations and adhesives. So, all right. So looking at this, I just because I want to just kind of figure out how much all of these cost. If you were to try to say I want to be Mr. Gun Ho, 900. What's that? 2,100. I mean 2,200. No, 2,300. 23. Okay, that's 3,100. 31, 4,200. 42, 5,500, 55, 6,800, 6,800, 8,800, 8,800. Okay, let's just say 10,200, 10,200. Okay, you could say 12,000, 12,800. So it's about $13,000 worth of training that somebody can take with them, and the range is from 1 day to 3 days. But on average, it's gonna, like, you can get some decent training from them for like $800. It seems like, you can get some decent training if you want to have some. Say that role in the toolkit. Let's say the toolkit's worth like $60 and the roll's worth like $5, and after that, so you're paying $600 a day. Really, if you think about it, you're paying $600 a day for the first day, $600 the next day, and you're getting $600 worth of material goods. That's what it sounds like with this one, which sounds a lot better than the $799. Now, if you already have your tools, you already have your material that you're going to be working with already, then this may be all you need. And after that, you have more different kind of variations. So let's get to the next one. So the next training program is EPD University, where it's talking about installation, sales, and marketing. So with this one, it's a non-branded automotive window film training class, where the EBD offers a 2-day hands-on installation training class for learning to apply automotive window film. The material for training is supplied, and the course includes the following: basic window film knowledge, various types of film construction, the dye, the carbon, the ceramic, the adhesive type. Then the next thing you'll be learning when it comes to the basic window film knowledge will be understanding performance characteristics from the VLT, the UV, and the IR. All kind of UV rays and things of that nature. IV rays. All right, so the overview of installation tools: the scrapers, the hard cards, and the primary focus by computer, secondary focus. Start to get into computer, you can do multiple ones. Heat shrinking, demonstrate various techniques on curved glass. Squeegeeing, demonstrating various techniques on curved glass. Film removal. And this right here, you will leave with a certificate of completion, and then it's $12.95 a person. With this one right here, training is conducted at the following training centers. They have one in Baltimore, one in South Carolina, North Charleston, South Carolina, White Marsh, Maryland, North Charleston, South Carolina, and I guess they got 2 places in White Marsh. Oh no, hold on. Those are the hotels they recommend. So there's only two places. One place in Baltimore, Maryland, and the other place in North Charleston, South Carolina. So if you are in that area, this may be something that'll be of good use. This right here is 8:30 through 3:30 will be class time. The price of the course includes lunch each day, installation tools. It's not telling you that, it doesn't sound like they're gonna give you the piece of material to go with the class. It sounds like all they're gonna do is give you the tools, and there's not gonna be no class, and they're gonna give you a little certificate. Please note that this is not a 3M certificate training. Ooh, slide one there, but at the same time, it's planning on giving you a little certificate so you can put on the wall of your I guess your office or in front of whoever you need. All right, so the last training program that we're going to be looking at, that if you wanted to learn from a reputable people who have been doing it for years and years, this person, Alan Cars, he is a YouTuber where he's one of the YouTube videos that we watched earlier, where I found it was very interesting, his program that he got. He has a class for building your own business and another one on online rap class. So I've not looked at either one in depth. So we're going to first look at the online rap class. Everyone who has completed all steps in the program will get a badge. Ooh, the badge. All right. So, instructor, prestige design. This online rap class is $37 a month. Contact the program owner to see this group. So, this is going to be probably something where you can actually learn more and more for a longer amount of time, but it's still probably good to get some hands-on if you can, but this is the online. So we go to plans and pricing. So if you wanted to do his 3-day, it's going to be $13.80, and this includes a free vinyl as well. All right. So if we wanted to do a 3-day with him, that'll be $13.80 a person. That's 3 days. So if you were to give credit for the vinyl, $380, then you say $1,000. That's $333 a session. $333 per day, and then it's going to be essentially $400 worth of product that's going to be given to you. I'm assuming that will probably give you tools as well. If you wanted to build your own business, we'll actually learn how to do it the way he wants you to do and build your business. It's $57 a month. How to generate 47 plus clients per month, which 47 per clients per month. If you making like, let's say $1,000 off of each client, that's $47,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can come up with a reasonable plan, that sounds like the lit. But at the same time, ain't everybody ain't trying to use all their money up. So, you got to be at certain places to make it happen. Luckily, we go to car shows. So, So if you wanted to learn on your own, it's $37 a month. If you wanted to learn to build a business, $57 a month. This doesn't seem like it's a bad deal. It has full access to all of Alan Carr's training videos, and it probably gives you more than just that. It probably gives you diagrams and some science behind it on a long-term basis. And we talk about building your businesses. That's the same thing, where his plan is going to try to get you to get about 50 clients a month, a little less than actually, but it's still, it sounds like that's good value right there. Build your business every year, $400. So if you know that you're going to be in this and you're not just trying to learn just a little bit, and you like his program, after a month, then you might as well boost up. If you know after a month of using it, all right, and tap in. If that's the case. But the 3-day rap class sounds like a good winner as well too. So let's say that we click on this. So I want to know the locations. Where are you going to be? So let's figure this out. So the classes. Car rap class. Click the city you want to take the class. So it gives loves to Atlanta, Atlanta, Georgia, Tampa, Florida, Charlotte, North Carolina, Dallas, Texas, and H-Town. So it sounds like this person is hitting all of the Southeast region. That's what it sounds like to me. This is straight up that Southeast region. It's making a triangle dang near, where it's going all the way from Charlotte to Dallas or Houston, say Texas. So it's going from North Carolina to Texas to Florida. So that's a nice little triangle right there. I like that triangle. So yeah. So they got a 5-day for Atlanta. And nothing less. That their Charlotte class tells me is these in Atlanta or Tampa, Florida, based on the fact that they got a 1-day available. So right now, somebody wanted to take this course with this young man. You'd be able to do it March the 6th at 10 a.m. And then it looks like it's every other week. That every other weekend is what it looks like. And that's for that beginning one. If you wanted to take one that was in person for the 3-day, because I'm hoping that the 3-day will at least give you the rap as well, of vinyl, and then the rap kit. So yeah, it's still a little deal. 3 days, and that'll be the first day. Yeah. This right here will cost $1,500. But yeah, let's go ahead and we're gonna put a rap in the training. I feel that we've gone over enough of that. We've went over the Avery denim. The challenge I have for everyone is to look for items that you might want to rap, because and that'll be. Here you go. Okay. All right, we're back. It just took a second to get there. All right, so that I composed earlier, and
your last chance to disappear until summer and come back
Nimon. Okay, we watched a couple of those. Yeah, Astra Auto Styling is
50-foot roll. You're doing okay. And I'll install things to where I can pour.
Yeah.
I have install things to where I can pour.
Yeah.
I have okay. God, dog.
Fix our,
Okay. God, dog.
fix our bra, see what kind of condition it is. We may do a little clay bar. Fix our bra, see what kind of condition it is. We may do a little clay bar.
Oh, I did already clay bar it, and I've waxed. Oh, I did already clay bar it, and I've waxed it.
Have you?
Yeah, I polished it, dude. That's the surface you're getting. The only other way to get that stuff off is sand out.
Work around it.
Yeah, I've already polished and clay barred and everything.
You bought this Vivid?
Vivid, and it's commercial.
I've never worked with this, but we can check it out and see how it's going to act.
Yeah, it's
We
premium.
wanna see-
Premium. It's Amazon Premium, Robert. Premium. It's Amazon Premium, Robert.
I mean,
It's
it
not
looks
the
fine.
3M that you're used to working with.
Well-
But it's Amazon Premium, Robert.
I mean,
It's
it
not
looks
the
fine.
3M that you're used to working with.
Well,
But
I work with all. I mean,
it's
it
not
looks
the
fine.
3M that you're used to working with.
Well,
But
I work with all kinds, but it does take a little. I work with all kinds, but it does take a little practice and.
I'm gonna try to do this
seeing how it
myself. I
works.
think I can.
Practice and.
I'm gonna try to do this
seeing how it
myself. I
works.
think I can. I can do this.
You can do it.
I think I can do this.
You can do it.
I think I'm gonna try this.
Let's see what we think.
Okay. I think I'm gonna try this.
Let's see what we think.
Okay.
Let's measure it out.
All right, let's do that.
Let's measure it out.
All right, let's do that. All right, so now we've got. All right, so now we've got up to the edge to where we want it. Up to the edge to where we want it on this side, and holding in place with magnets. We've got it on this side, and holding in place with magnets. We've got all our excess on this side. All our excess on this side. And now we're going to trim it on this side to just make a smaller piece, and then
Yeah.
we'll have all this left over to be able to use for other pieces, and then we'll have all this left over to be able to use for other pieces. Somewhere in here, right?
You're doing this.
It'll be fine to. It'll be fine. It'll be fine to. It'll be fine. I'm just saying it'll be fine to have extra, right?
Absolutely. You want.
Okay. I'm just saying it'll be fine to have extra, right?
Absolutely. You want.
Okay. Trying to go as straight as possible. Go as straight as possible.
Perfect. CO2 would definitely. CO2 would definitely need to clean under it.
Clean up with alcohol and a rag. Oh, you take your little squeegee tool.
Yeah, just a card or.
And spray some. Is that alcohol?
That's alcohol. Yeah, just a card or.
And spray some. Is that alcohol?
That's alcohol. Get under.
And this, cleaning up all underneath the edges and everything, and start wrapping. We wiped off the roof with alcohol. Now everything's clean, all in between here. As far as cracks, I didn't get that.
Yeah, we're gonna get down in here a little bit.
Okay, I didn't get that.
We're just kind of testing out this. I want to see how aggressive it is.
See how good it
So,
sticks?
you see it's pretty slidable now.
Yeah,
so
because
it's pressure activating. So
yeah, once you press it, it's not going anywhere.
you can lift it and move.
Well,
it.
yeah,
But some's real super aggressive, and you get it laid up there, and then
you
have
can't
to
move it around.
pop it up. And I'll show you too. As far we talked about how far to wrap down in here.
Yeah,
A couple techniques. We can just use probably one of the standard and is just using this edge to cut and tucking.
tucking it as far bit down in there as we
Yep.
can.
And then there's another technique we can use. I saw you had some knifeless tape,
Yep,
so we'll look at that.
and then see how you can push it down in there.
Well, I'm just going to use a cut line. I'm going to use a straight cut here. And we're just testing it. Usually I'll roll that edge and then take my card and set it.
Which end would you use, the red end or the plastic end?
Usually I'll
Red
use
end?
coated to keep it from scratching. And if we use our cut line here, you can see
Yeah, you'll be
how
able
much
to
will be
see.
exposed.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, it's fine. You can always come back and jam, or we can try to tuck.
Well, how do you get this edge?
You know, there'll be a little bit of heat, stretch.
Heat and stretch it?
But like I said, this is just a test piece.
Yeah.
And this is where you'll have your angles, and it's short, so it won't be a problem.
Cool. Another tip Robert said is to put some painter's tape on your weather stripping after you clean it off with some alcohol. And why?
So, like if I were working around door handles, I'll do that. Just take
Paint.
that off, and then your vinyl's not going to stick to that, so you can lift.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna do that to this weather stripping. Are we gonna do it to the rear spoiler too?
Depends on how far we want to tuck.
Because it's like plastic.
Yeah. If we wanted to try to tuck, you know, a full inch down in there, I'd probably cover that. Not necessarily on this particular application, but We got it. Why not show a tip?
He's taking it a little further than I was going to take it.
I
But
always
it's
do.
probably going to be done right. So that's why we got a professional here. You guys like me that are DIYing at your house, you know, these are great tips for you to know. I also picked up some of this. It's called 3M 94 Promoter. It's used for around your edges where you're going to have a failure point, right? Right, Robert?
Yeah, anywhere where the vinyl's going to be like under tension,
Okay.
or you could have a lift, that will help. I don't like using it too much because it can make it difficult to remove.
Oh, it can make you. Oh, so if you went ahead, if I use this 93 Promoter all the way along this edge, it'd be harder to get this.
Absolutely. I have a big bridge, so we'll just lay it down. It should be good.
So we're only going to use it on the
Yeah,
corners.
little fell points.
Right here on the corners.
Yeah, I think so.
We're going to put some of this 93, 94,
Primer 94.
Primer 94.
Absolutely.
He's got it. So it is got a little wire basically in here.
It's almost like a dental floss.
Okay.
And I'll show you how we're going to use it. Basically lay it.
Yeah.
So I'll show you how to lay that down. You want to start with plenty of over. So leave you a big section like that.
Okay.
And we'll see how that rolls. Put it here,
Yeah.
down here, on the side. However, what we want is a good clean edge to the vinyl that won't give us any problems, won't lift. So,
I would just cut it with a razor blade.
and this I normally would, but we want to show what this product does.
Robert's got it all laid out, and if it would have been me and I was installing this, I'd have just kept going straight. But Robert said you want to do it like this, so we can have a tab back here to work with for our corner, correct?
Yeah. So when we kiss our corner in, we've got plenty of excess material to work with.
Okay. I hope y'all can hear us because it is raining outside.
Pouring outside.
Pouring, and we got a tin roof with no insulation, so hope you can hear us. We've got 3 different blades here,
Yeah.
and they're used for 3 different things.
I usually keep at least 2 different blades depending on what I'm doing.
Okay.
That's my everyday, my red dot, and the reason you use stainless is because it doesn't scratch glass.
Oh,
This is probably my go-to for wrapping. I like the way
looks like a thumb.
a little bit, but it gives you a little more ability to get in here. It's not gonna gouge my
Yeah.
sharper tip. So if I
Sharper
need to
degree.
work real tiny little areas. And this is a carbon blade.
That'll cut glass.
This can scratch glass. Works good on anything you want to cut.
All right. Now we're going to start installing it onto the vehicle. I'm going to show you all that we've initially tacked it on this alcohol.
Yeah, just a final clean.
Yep, just final cleaning. Then we're going to pull our all our backing off. You want to avoid. I saw that all that paper backing will have dust and stuff in
If you
it.
got a good sharp knife, not necessarily, because you can get a good clean cut.
You can
But if you use like that safety razor, it just
clean it, heat
yeah,
it.
just because it's human. Especially down in these cracks and crevices, you don't want moisture in that. If it wasn't so rainy and nasty today.
And Robert was about to tell me that be careful when it's cold because your vinyl will be brittle. And exactly when that happened, I cracked it.
You sure did. Luckily, we cut plenty of extra.
So we've got enough to work on. Okay.
All right, so
right.
now we've got the backing off. But we want to be careful with it being cold
Yeah.
because it will.
Wrinkles out, right?
Yeah, well, no, we're going to stretch it in time to heat any of those and let them stretch it out, what I call stretching to glass.
Yeah.
So we're not going to try to squeegee any of this. We're going to pull that from the set point, get everything smooth, and then we'll anchor point.
So the
And
center.
even though we've got some issues here, you know, this vinyl will separate and push.
Okay.
You can see all these air pockets?
Yeah.
And pressure, but not super hard.
You're just trying to get them out, right?
Yeah, see how they're going to push, as long as they've got a place to release.
Yeah.
Channels built into it that
It'll
allows them
go
air
away.
to push out.
So that one's a big one.
You see that one?
Yep. So it's pretty good about releasing the bubbles.
Air egress is good. There you go, sir.
I got one. Well, all right, with Robert's help, we got this out laid smooth. Took a little bit because it is cold in here. The vinyl is aggressively tacky to the bubble. We got all the air bubbles out. I think it looks really good. Now what are we about to start doing?
We're going to pick this up, let all this edge recover. I'm just going to give it a little, and when we get that done, what I want to do is start my roll.
Okay.
I'm going to do that all the way down. You can see here too how I've got a real tight. Got this a tiny little lip. You want to make sure that goes down
All the way.
and don't do that, because then when you try to push it in, that's that bridge, and it's going to try to lift.
Yeah. So you just want to try to go down flat.
Absolutely.
Is it possible?
We're just going to cut around a little obstacle. So we can start laying that down in the bottom section. And then get ready to apply for our knobless tape, but we want to tuck that in the rest of the way.
Okay.
So basically the same.
Get some more heat.
Got that, we need a place to start our knobless.
Okay. Cut a little spot.
And what you're going to do is lay that vinyl all the way over it.
Oh.
So we can get it different ways, but we've got to get that little piece of floss or rope cutting the green.
Oh, cutting the green.
Yeah.
So now you got to peel it away. Use a knife.
Just try to get it where you can get to that middle, and then get this down and start cutting the green. All the way. There we go.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to work.
Oh, it stopped.
You can do it one piece
Together?
at a time or together, however you need.
Look at that. Clean line.
And we didn't cut the paint. Now once that's done though, you do have to go back and set that edge.
Yes. So it.
So a little more time, not as easy as just running a razor across it.
No, the razor would have been the ticket. We'd have been done.
True.
So now we've got to tackle these edges. So you're going to show us how to cut it.
Spoiler in here.
Yeah.
And we want to be able to roll this way. So we want to cut on this side.
Yeah.
And basically, you want to know how deep your blade is first, because you don't want to gouge it. Show you right here. Come look right here, Chuck. So say I've got vinyl here and I'm cutting.
Yep.
I don't want to cut like that, straight down.
Yeah.
So I don't want my tuck to go that way.
Yeah, you want it to go in.
So let's say we've got a...
So is this one piece covering both?
Because you have to kind of eyeball it. And then it tucks a little bit this way, your line maybe. Not cutting straight down.
Yeah.
This side though is the body of the parcel. So
you want to do this way, right?
what I'm going to do is cut on this side, because I want my roll to go on the
Oh,
closed.
you want it to go further inside on this?
But I don't want... So simply by using the open side, turning the blade like that.
That's what I was saying to do. That's what I was saying, do an open cut.
Yeah, it's like an open cut.
That's
Glad you're teaching me.
Yeah, yeah. So now you can roll this.
It gives you just enough
Ah.
to roll that edge, and you've got a good straight cut on your close side.
Okay, cool.
I'll probably add a little heat to that, but you can see exposed,
Yeah.
and we'll be able to roll.
Yeah, it looks better with rolled.
Absolutely.
So this one, you want to cut it this way.
You could, since we're not having to tuck a whole lot, a straight cut or a
Straight
double
cut's
cut.
fine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The main thing is when you're cutting, snap a new blade, sharp blade every time. Get comfortable. So before you had your blade like you were going to push it across like that.
Yeah.
No, you want to be able to draw.
Oh, you want to come back
You want to be
yourself.
comfortable with it. And
All right, let me cut it.
I want you to cut.
I'm gonna cut it. You're supposed to hit record. All right, I've cut this side.
Do this side.
Robert was filming me, and I cut this side, but he wasn't hitting. He didn't hit record.
You didn't hit record.
Okay.
I'm not the cinematographer.
So cut the
here.
other side now, Robert, since I've
All
already
right.
cut one side.
So you started in the middle, just a little blade out. I'm gonna find where you started the cut. I'm gonna get pressure up against that side. I'm gonna try nice and smooth. I'm gonna stop
You went a
short.
lot faster.
I'm gonna stop short so I can get my tab.
This is our corner.
I'm just gonna get to where I cut it, and then I'll kill a tab here that we're gonna work with to do our little corner, and leave myself some slack.
want to use some heat for this edge?
It looks like it's laying pretty good.
So just go ahead and
Usually I just start that roll. If you want your finger condom, there you go.
use this.
I just want that vinyl to start turning over. I chisel that down. Inside and add creases, I'm gonna run into excess media. And
Yeah, so you want to go from
I'm gonna push that out to your punch. Where that's still lifted.
against there.
Sure. That may even be somewhere where you could use your specialty tools.
Oh, this little thing goes like
Possibly, maybe
It doesn't-
maybe the other side.
this? This side?
Just
Oh.
anything that you
It just lets you press it up against
Yes.
there.
that may give you the ability to set that edge that you can't reach so well.
Yeah.
We're just gonna make sure everything's lifted. We don't want tension on it. Now, we stretch that, so just gonna heat it. You see how it kind of pulls back on itself?
Yep.
It's gonna release all that tension. And you could trim back if you needed to just work in a real tight area, but I'm gonna lay that down in there. I want to keep that to a minimum.
What are you trying to keep?
See how it's buckling? Sometimes
yeah.
if you have that little tab, you can slightly stretch. So now I got like a little pull tab.
Yeah.
And if I need to heat it, you can see right here. Maybe. That's what you're going to try to avoid. Is those little areas like
Creases.
that. Yeah. And you want it to lay down with no tension on it. I'm kind of going a little careful with it. That's what I actually use it for rivets. There. And get that one.
Oh, okay.
It allows you to say a little overkill on this stall, but
As much tucked down in there and as smooth as possible.
and with a good edge. You don't
Yes.
want to kind of lifting up.
It's a failure point right there.
An area right
Yeah,
here.
we got to use like a.
I'd get that laid back down. If I needed to trim a little bit where our knife was didn't go, real soft with the knife.
Trim the little piece back.
If I can drag it.
I think you've already got it.
Well, there we go. And then we want to lay that down.
Use a little heat.
Yeah, I'll see what'll lay without it, and then I'll put a little heat on it. Really, definitely want to post heat that part because there's where your tension is on that corner.
Yeah.
Not a big corner, but still knowing the technique.
The roof is done. We've got our second piece cut for the hood now. It is a lot more detailed than I originally thought on all the fine details that you have to do to make it right, make it stay. Right, Robert?
That's why I hire a professional.
That is why you go to Ram Auto Sound and let them do your wrap and not try to do it at your house. But we're getting it done here. We're trying to figure it out. And now I have another skill I know how to do.
That's true.
Cool. So let's keep on.
Pretty aggressive, and then we had trouble picking it up. So I think we're going to try a technique where we just smooth it out and then lay it on.
Lay it down.
Keep it to a minimum.
We've got an initial lay down on the vinyl so far. Now we've got to get all these wrinkles out, which is the hard part. All right, so we're getting it
Yeah.
from the middle.
Yeah. So you had a big air pocket that was trapped right there.
Yes.
And we had to lift.
Now we got kind of a bubble right here.
Yeah, it's just that we stretched the vinyl by putting my hand under it and picking up. So we're just going to recover that a little bit. And I'm going to cool it off for a second.
What about that bubble? And that one.
The ones I haven't got to yet. You can see that area grease, it may let it move plenty.
Now
Got it pulled pretty flat, it'll move. See you got a big one here?
Yes, but we can lift up here.
Yeah, it looks like there is an escape channel. It doesn't
Yeah.
take much.
Once you figure, yeah, it's not bad. Once you figure it all out,
It does.
kind of the way it works and the way everything lays out. How to work with the material is figuring it all out.
You know, in this particular,
Because this is going a lot smoother so far than that roof did. For
see how I'm
us.
gonna pull that flat.
All right, so we've got it all the way to the front edge. We've got our, Robert calls this the bridge, right?
It's a bridge because you're bridging across.
Yep. There's a valley.
So, depending on how deep it is and how tight it is, I could reach down where there's no tension. It's gonna work that channel. All the way to the bottom.
It's like you've done this before.
It's this second one.
Second one? And this is like your third one.
That's right, 3. It's been 3. This I would probably lift and recover. You see it's got some scars.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff being stretched. I'm trying to pull it up to where. It's right now.
Got the hood all laid down flat. It's glassed out. Thanks to Robert showing me what to do and how to get these corners. I'm gonna highly recommend that you take it to a professional and let them do it. Unless you want to take the time, spend on all the parts and pieces, all the things that you're gonna need, heat gun, tools, learning the processes. It's gonna take a little bit, and I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna mess up and you're gonna have to start over. But if you take your time, you can do it, or you can just hire a professional and have them do it.
Let them mess it up a little bit.
Yeah, let them figure it out. So anyways, we've got the Honda done. I'm gonna wrap the trunk lid later on. But Robert, appreciate your help. Thank you.
Brother.
And if y'all need
Always.
if y'all need any wraps, hit up Ram Auto Sound here in Palestine, Texas.
Here's what I finally discovered. Last week, a kid I tutored home. Living the life everyone assumed I would have. I tutored him because he struggled with concepts I understood instantly. Now he's successful.
All right, so
staring at another year
let's go ahead and talk about. Hold on one second. Let me.
43 years old, IQ of 134. Teachers called me gifted. Guy.
Okay, that's good. All right, so what we learned about the vivid print, actually we learned a lot. It was like the magnets, the white gloves. The dude said before he came, he waxed it and he basically polished it and everything like that. And then they used the vivid print. It was really helped when it came down to the install before and after. Also, again, it could be used to kind of scorch it a little bit to allow more of an in-depth use. That it was a cut style that was used where it was open or closed. And from my understanding, when you are looking to put the wrap over and the wrap is like tuck under, and then there was even tools to help tuck under. So that was something that was seen. As far as the releasing that, just having or just knowing the direction, another thing that we can say was the primary was it primer 94 or something of that nature. It's like a super glue type deal where if it's in that little cranny section right there, you can put some of that primer 94 right there, and it helps when it comes to those real tight spots, which we saw with the roof. Different blades have different purposes. When we talk about cutting, we don't want to cut the window. So some blades are good at cutting things like vinyl, but it's also good at cutting windows. So you really would like to know that you have a blade that's specifically meant for the vinyl that may touch the glass. If it's something that doesn't touch the glass, then you can use another type of blade. But just make it a point that whatever blade you're using, it does not cut the glass if you are at that moment where you're at the top of the roof, and at that point you're now attempting to cut just where that roof and that window go, and you cut the window, and all of a sudden, because catastrophic happens. So so the tucking is something that we need to practice on. But what we're going to be focused on the next time we come together, which will be later on, our understanding the science of the wrap. All right, that's going to be what we're going to be focused on today. And I appreciate your time. And on that note, let's go ahead and ride out.